Hi, I'm David. I own and operate Country Whatnot Gardens here outside of Rochester, Indiana, which is about an hour south of the Michigan state line. I grow 25 different species and varieties of bamboo, and behind me is Phyllostachys orosicata auroricalis, golden crookstem bamboo. And I have with me here again today the 10-foot nursery pole. Each red and white section is 1 foot. If we back far enough, you can see that allowing for perspective, the largest culms being in the back of the grove and the nursery pole being in the foreground. It's close to the very top of the tallest one right there is a good 18 feet. So pretty decent. And if we look at the size of this grove, I should have stayed backed up over here. This is a really good sized grove. Again there, if I can get the whole grove in the shot, you might be able to kind of see. Okay, there we go. There we go. Kind of based on that 10-foot pole, just how big that grove is. And I'm going to guess that this one is probably, unfortunately, top killed this year rather than wind burnt. I'm just guessing. I have found it to be a hair bit more cold hardy than the species, which is right over there. That's Phyllostachys orosicata. And here we can see some of the yellow culms starting to show up along here now that the sun is getting low in the sky here this time of day. Those yellow culms really light up. There is a Yoshino cherry tree right there by it. It does well as long as you keep the bamboo mowed away from the cherry tree. Moving on up here, this is Phyllostachys rubber marginata. And keep in mind, down south, this one's capable of getting close to 50 foot tall, but I have only had 1 year since around 1998 that Phyllostachys rubber marginata has not top killed for me. So it's not really cold hardy here. And the top killing does affect the ultimate height. But you can see it still gets close to probably 18 foot tall to these tallest ones right up here versus the 10-foot nursery pole, again allowing for perspective because the shortest grove is at the perimeter. The shortest growth is at the perimeter of the grove here. The taller is on back there, but again, that nursery pole is 10 feet, and it kind of gives you an idea then of just how tall it is up to this tallest growth right here. And rubber marginata is about the only bamboo I have that breaks the rule of thumb about the rhizomes extending outward from the edge of the grove here, outward under the lawn as far as the tallest culm in the grove is high. Rubber marginata does like to push that limit. I'll get shoots coming up over here by this Yoshino cherry here, all the way from that grove of rubber marginata there, and I come out here, and for the most part, I'm able to remove the shoots from the lawn with the lawnmower when I mow. If I can't get up in something like the miscanthus there, or around the cherry tree, or that quince bush right there, I will use an Ika hoe. A Japanese Ika hoe is a two-sided hoe, termed a squid hoe because it looks like a squid when you hold it up. One side is a blade and the other side has 3 forks to it, which would represent the squid's tentacles. I'm here right now with another bamboo. This is a Pleoblastus species. This is Pleoblastus simonii. Again, 10-foot nursery pole. You can see it's a good 9.5 feet to the very tallest culm tip right there versus the 10-foot pole. Now, Pleoblastus simonii here is a bamboo that kind of defies the rhizome length rule the other way. It tends to not put out as long of rhizomes as it is tall, but it does top kill, so you get this tan color every year. But it would be a good moderately sized bamboo. It tends to come up and put up shorter growth the first round in the spring, and then by midsummer or so, it's putting up these taller ones to enjoy. And it stayed green clear into January when we had that sub-zero. It was green up until that point, so it was green clear through first half or so of January. And that's something you don't get with, say, a miscanthus or something like that, is that also turns that tan color in the winter, is that the bamboo here does stay green into winter instead of turning tan at first frost like a miscanthus. Going over here, we have Sasa oshidensis underneath a Yoshino cherry, and it's got the green foliage down underneath the tan wind-burnt stuff, so it's still hanging in there pretty well for the weather that we had back around the middle part of January. And if I back up from this, you can see that to the very top, it is, find where I'm pointing at here, it is right about 3 feet right there. And this one, I believe, is rated at 6 feet. So it's already about half its maximum height, which is pretty good. It's been a pretty slow grower, maybe I would say a moderate grower. It's not as slow as, certainly not as slow as a Fargesia over there. If I can aim, kind of aiming into the sun. I don't know how well those are showing, but Fargesia, there we go. Fargesia are incredibly slow. The Sasa is not nearly that slow. But I want it to eventually fill in this entire yard here, and it involves taking division after division after division from the original plant to fill in back there, because over here I have my rock with my Tonka engraving, which is Psalm 42:1 put into Tonka format. And again, that sun has given me fits. I apologize about that, but I want that Sasa to fill in back behind that rock underneath these trees eventually, and it takes some doing to get it to do that because of the growth rate. It's been there for 8 years already. Here is another bamboo. This is Pseudosasa japonica tsutsumiana, green onion bamboo. Down south it'd be 15, 18 feet tall. Here we go. It is it's been here for several years. It's been here for gosh, I want to say at least 12 years. And you can see it's 2.5 feet tall. And I apologize, I don't have anything right here I can lean this pole up against right next to the bamboo so that I can step away from it. I can do kind of a perspective there with the pole leaning against the bamboo's tatefuda species marker there. You can see it's just slightly over 2 feet tall. It does gain a little bit of height, a few inches every year, but not excessively. It's a slow grower. Although pseudosasas are termed a running bamboo, I find they're more like a diffuse clumper, really. They just don't spread a lot. It has been there for many years, and that's all the bigger of a patch it is. They don't spread anything like a Philostachys. But I think that is going to wrap up this video, and I appreciate you joining me. I'm going to turn my camera this way and hope I'm aiming it the right way. But thank you for joining me again. I really appreciate it. And if you like the video, please give me a like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, take care. Thank you. Bye.